Hello everybody, it's the astrology report for the next week. It's for the week of 23rd till 30th of April of 2017. And what a great week we had, right? We had a good week. So. The past week, just a little review is that when the moon was moving and it was causing all this emotions of it, and specifically when Pluto turns switch from direct to a retrograde. Things that happen is that a lot of the people who doesn't feel like they want to be moved, they want to be shifted, they got aggravated. They got angry. They got so much anger inside of it. But there is also something else that happens with this. And since we're going to have Pluto retrograde for quite a while, you need to understand that this is about you to you see the things that you never sees before. Now when a Pluto switching around, now you're gonna be the person who sees everything. So during this process of shift, process of changes, we are going to go with this new moon, full moon parts, and we're going to be learning more and more things. Currently, the moon it's at the end of Pisces is going to go to Aries, and we have today the energy. It's kind of like overall pretty good, simply because Venus and Mars they're in a 60 degrees sextile, and now the moon when it's there, it brings a very good energy for love. But that is for the people who are real in the love. The people who are not real in the love, what's happening is they facing this retrograde bombarding from the big planets, which is Jupiter, who is in Libra. We're talking about Pluto, who is a retrograde, and he's a squaring Jupiter. And we're also talking about Saturn, who is retrograde in Sagittarius, who squares the moon and Venus at the moment. So here is again we're talking about the parts that you're not real. You sooner or later you will be found that you're not real. If you are working in a positive, and if you're working in, let's say, in a company and you did something that was not right, okay, all of a sudden this this part that you didn't did right was gonna be opened. The secret's gonna be exposed. The thing is gonna be happen. If you are performing in some place, or if you're a politician, or if you're a banker, or if you are a person who hide things, they're underneath. All of a sudden, these things is gonna be, they're gonna be showing up to the world. And also for the normal people, that applies, and specifically within a relationship. You haven't been real. That's gonna be telling you you haven't been real. Somehow you will find the things that has not been real. And we're talking about this energy is gonna increase when we have the new moon on Taurus. Okay, the new moon on Taurus is going to be very powerful now. But before that, let's go begin what's going to happen tomorrow. What's going to happen tomorrow? I don't know. Let's look at them all. What's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning, the moon is gonna be in 6 degrees in Aries, and that 6 degrees in Aries is gonna start little by little to push forward towards square, completely opposing Jupiter. And let me tell you how that feels. A lot of you felt it like in the last 2 days when Mercury retrograde actually is going to be triggered that part as well, without opposition between the two. We're talking about oppositions between Mercury retrograde and Jupiter retrograde. And because those are retrograde planets, they have shadows, they have a large aspect of interference with it. Usually we're talking about within a 5 degrees separation, but now we're talking about with those retrograde energies, it's increasing a little bit more. And specifically when Mercury moves retrograde from Taurus in Aries right now, we can see this part very much strong, because you may feel like you want to talk your partnership and you tell them all the crap you wanted to tell them, what they do or what they did. And some of you maybe felt this part and you went out and tell all the garbage that you needed to tell them. So you got to be very careful what do you do, specifically when in these cases of cardinal signs where Jupiter is retrograde in Libra and Mercury is retrograde in Aries. Those are very powerful forces. The one it's air and the other one it's fire, and those two want to go get together, and they can do a pretty bad damage to each other. So you gotta be very careful how you perceive this part. And now, simply because the moon is gonna be in that position of it, and it's gonna keep coming to this position, you will feel it on Monday afternoon what's going on. You will feel that tensions as emotions, that you have to tell them how bad they are. You have to understand, the universe have to tell them. You just have to feel the emotion. So this Monday also the energy is going to be pretty good, because the Sun, Mercury, and Uranus, they're going to be very good within a trine with Saturn. And that will be like, here's some information for you. There's going to be no more secrets. Here, it's out and open. Read it. It's for you. Go educate yourself. Go find the things for yourself. And this is going to be very good so the people can understand what's going on with them. And that shift in Aries, where the moon comes in, the Aries also presents this eager for knowledge. Like, let's go. I want to get it now. I want to hurry up now. That's the part of Aries that they say, I want to do it. It's got to be now, this moment. And you will feel like you want to have this desire for knowledge and things to get it much better. So that's about Monday. Tuesday, the energy that I was just talking about of this opposition with Jupiter is going to be increased incredibly strong, simply because the moon is going to be on 21 degrees of Aries. And Tuesday morning when you wake up, you're probably going to feel this anger inside of you that it's built up about your relationship. You're probably going to end up to your spouse or your business partner or your at work or the people that you go into it. And you're going to be like, I'm tired of this. I'm sick of it. I need to fix this. I need my peace. This has to go the right way. The thing it is about that on these positions is that the moon's gonna join Uranus and Mercury, and it's gonna squaring Pluto. Simply the moon is gonna fire up this squaring on it, and when that squaring trigger ends, because it's in Capricorn, you have to be careful at work, specifically the place where you work, okay? Because right now that tension is there at work. Why is that tension? Simply, you can improve your working environment if the working environment it's hidden. You can't go on there and do this thing. That's why there has to be this communications between the high level of management and the lower end of workers. That's why Pluto right now, when it's in the Capricorn, is going to be showing up like, hey, you guys up there, You need to come and work on the production line to understand what is your problems are. Not just sit up there, don't even touch the product. And that is going to be the part of people who will have to understand this. And the moon on Tuesday can trigger that part, of the business, of the service that it needs to be. But at the same time, it's going to say, you know what, you guys upstairs, you have to start have a relationship with us. Treat us like a humans, not just we don't exist. And this could be going on for a while right now, simply because Uranus and Pluto specifically right now, when it's in a retrograde mode, with the retrograde Jupiter squaring, this is going to be power so much increased. And people will want to have a better life, better things done it. But at the same time, the business owners, they want to have better quality of work. So this is like a negative thing that comes in to have a positive results. Okay, and this is the part when you have to have these understandings. So that's about Tuesday. Wednesday, April 26. Here we go. New moon in Taurus. So, what is the new moon in Taurus will be? It's going to be about you to learn the lessons about to be truth, to be real, to work yourself in the real world, stop being, and then you have to learn that if someone's not belong to your life, they gotta go. Taurus, it's very passionate lovers. Okay, Taurus is very understanding personality until you piss them off. Once you piss them off, then you better run and never look back, because if you look it back, the Taurus is behind you with the horns, and they're gonna run you over. And the bad part is, if the Taurus turn their back on you, you are dead. You are that person. You can't do anything. That's it. You have to realize when a Taurus decide that they're gonna remove you from your life, they will. And here is the part of that new moon in Taurus is you to fix also your finances, to put your material life in order. And that's what's going to be the trigger on Wednesday. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel that new lesson. And you're going to be taking that journey with the new moon. At the same time, Mercury and Uranus is going to be joined in Aries. That part right there is when you're going to start having those messages from the universe. What you need to do, how you need to do it, why you need to do it, with who you need to do it. And you will be taught in messages. That's the right thing that needs to be done. And Venus is already on direct mode, and we're talking about she's gonna be go back into this position to cross back into Aries and to become the new feminine, the new power inside. That she needs to finally find this person, finally becomes this power goddess, Aries, and becomes the love that she needs to be. So that's it coming up as well. And at the same time, we have Mars, who is in Gemini, who is going to power it up, this powerful thing about you're learning through two opposite things inside of you. What is the right thing about love? Simply because Mars is in 3 degrees of Gemini and Venus is in 29 degrees of Pisces, and they have 60 degrees between each other. And during this aspect on it, they're gonna be like moving together for a while, so they can be travel in this good position for a while. So that about Wednesday. Thursday, the moon, it moves away from the sun. It's already 21 degrees in Taurus, and it's gonna provide this understanding about material world and work. The moon is gonna be trine Pluto, who is retrograde. And during this period, the emotions will calm down, and this is gonna be the part when the people are gonna get together. It's like, okay, we have a problems, we have to go ahead and seek the problems. We have to go and talk about the problems, and we have to solve these material problems. It's going to be a very good day to do this, simply because the moon, it's actually is going to be on 60 degrees with Neptune, which is going to provide a psychic power for this. And at the same time, the sun will actually, I'm sorry, the sun will do that with Neptune. And at the same time, the moon, it's gonna be aspecting the retrograde Jupiter, and that power right there, it's gonna put the emotions of this partnership, a partnership that you will understand. We're talking about partnership, what Libra represents, and the partnership within the soul is gonna start feeling during that. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning till 9, 10. It's gonna be until 11 o'clock in the morning New York time. So if you wake up in the morning, you will feel that energy of fixing these situations, fixing these partnerships. And it's going to be perfect if you have a meetings of it, because you want this to come out and to be the right things. And thanks God it's Friday, TGIF, so God bless our souls. The moon joins Mars in Gemini. Here, right now, the moon, it's gonna be squaring Neptune, and the psychic powers inside of us is gonna be too much aggravation, and that aggravation together with Mars can cause a lot of you to go ahead and do the wrong things, simply because in Gemini there is two of them. There is the good and the bad, the hard worker and the lazy, and those are the two opposite twins, which is they represent the two sides of the coins, and the one looks that way, the other one looks that way, but they're part of the one coin. And that tendency of these emotions, when the moon joins in Gemini, can power the good emotions, the bad emotions, the peace and the anger at the same time. And you gotta be very careful with this duality, how it's expressed specifically within the soul. And that energy is gonna be quite intense. It's gonna be quite intense for you, so warning. Saturday, the moon, it's crossing into Aries. A lot of the females, they will feel this energy that it's like, yes, finally, I feel more power. I'm tired of this sadness. I'm tired of these things. I want to do the right things. I'm in the right place. It's time for a new life. That's it. I'm done. It's time to move. The same time, Mercury is still joined with Uranus, and during this period, you know, those few days, you listen inside of you what you were told to do, and what is the place you were told to be, with who you need to be. And those gonna be some messages that's gonna be telling you for, and pay attention on this. Sometimes you may hear like a little ping sound in your ears. Well, those are actually downloads, and they telling you what to do. The best part of Friday, that will be that the moon, it's gonna be very peaceful with Mercury and Uranus, and also it's gonna be very peaceful with Jupiter. This is the time when you want to heal your partnership. If you are in a soul relationship, if you are in working relationship, if you are in any of the soulmate twin flames, this is the time that you can bring these emotions into it, simply because this is going to be given to it. It's going to be put out there for you to understand it. And we're talking about Sunday. That's April 30th. The energy from the moon crossing into Cancer. Now, what's going on in there? During that crossing period, the moon is going to create a cross opposition with Saturn. And this is going to be the time on Sunday that your secret's going to be exposed. You're going to feel like those secrets are and you trying to protect those secrets. But the moon it's going to be having a trine with Neptune. The moon, it's going to have a square with Venus. The moon, it's going to be within 60 degrees with it's not exactly 60 degrees, but pretty much almost, with Uranus and Mercury. And it's going to be in 60 degrees with the Sun. And at the same time on 30 degrees with Mars. So this is going to be a lot of triggers for a short amount of time on Sunday. And I know all of you like to hear good and positive outlook and great things. The great things of this day will be that it's gonna trigger you emotions, little triggers here and there, for you to become real person. If you're a real person, this energy is not gonna really apply to you. But if you hide something, you lie something, you put something away, then you have this tendency of putting energy, of protecting this hiding. That's what Saturn is, this hiding part. Saturn says, like, you know what, I don't care about you. I'm okay right now within the universe, you know. I am in a perfect trine with the universe and Mercury, and I can talk and I can say what I want. I am open. I'm open up the books right now, and you can find everything you want. Now it's the time you to learn your secrets. Stop being you. Be real. And that's the part that is going to be a lot of much pushing up about this Saturn, Uranus, and Mercury retrograde aspect. So that's going to be pretty much for the week. Thank you so much, and the best part of it is be real and be love.